So what is Bitcoin to you now?
The future.
The future? So you're gonna buy Bitcoin? Awesome. Ciao. Take care. Bye bye.
Awesome. Alright, we are live now.
Hola, yo me llamo Paco y soy de la India. My mission is to run around 40 countries by just using Bitcoin. Join along to see how I eat, live, travel with Bitcoin.
Hi bro, what's your name?
Good, Daniel.
Where are you from?
Zambia, country manager
Awesome.
of Bitcoin.
So what's Bitcoin to you?
Bitcoin is a decentralized money and a storehold of value, right? And the future of how value is controlled, owned, and identified.
All right. Do you have any Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Why?
Why I have Bitcoin is because I believe it's going to be much more valuable than it is now, right? And first of all, it's something that can't be manipulated in terms of its long-term behavior, rather than the short-term fluctuations are there, and the manipulations here and there in the short run, but in the long term, it offsets all that because of its design.
All right. Any advice for future Bitcoiners?
Buy the dip.
Awesome. Alright, we are live now.
For Yellow Card, welcome to Power FM.
Thank you. It's good to be here, Cookie.
Good to have you come through with us, and we're also privileged to be hosting Paco de la India. Welcome to Power FM.
Zikoma everyone.
Oh, you're welcome. So now let's get down to it. Yellow Card is a conversation that is going on absolutely everywhere, and we thought, well, today we should actually bring it home, like it should actually touch down here. So tell us about Yellow Card, Daniel, and how does it work?
So Yellow Card is a crypto exchange that facilitates the conversion of cryptocurrencies, such as a Bitcoin, the Paco Bitcoin. Welcome to here. And Paco is in Zambia now, and he's a Bitcoin buddy.
All right.
So it's an exchange that facilitates the conversion of and bridging the gap between someone who would want to acquire fiat, which is kwacha, for Bitcoin, and vice versa.
All right. So do share on some of the offers that you actually do have on Yellow Card.
So the different options that you have, right? So you have one that I mentioned, obviously, Bitcoin, which is the most popular and original crypto asset. Then you got Ethereum, which came after Bitcoin, right? Then you've got USDT, which is considered as a stable coin, right? Which is a mirror to the dollar. So you have those three options in which different participants across the countries are purchasing, depending on what their use case is.
All right. How has it been so far?
It's been really exciting. Like I did not expect there'd be so much adoption of Bitcoin around Africa. I've been really surprised. I can say, like in Kenya, I got myself a book for Bitcoin. In Rwanda, I got myself a car wash by just using Bitcoin. In Tanzania, I paid for my Kilimanjaro hike with Bitcoin. In Mozambique, I paid for my hostels, surfing, my caps, my beads on my hand for Bitcoin. And in Zimbabwe, I met a guy who imports cars using Bitcoin. So it is just like, it is just there, but it is just like the elite few people who are using it. In Zambia also, there's this huge community that is growing up.
Yes.
It is kind of the biggest right now I've come across, and very active community down here.
So let's talk about what motivated you to start traveling and acquiring goods and services using Bitcoin.
I was reading this book called The Bitcoin Standard. It's by Saifuddin Amos, which talks about how the history of money has evolved. We were living on the gold standard, and then we moved over to dollars, that is paper money. And the paper money can be printed unlimited. You remember in January 1st, 2013, you got devalued from 100,000 to 100, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was just overprinting of money or over loans. You did not have what to pay. So it was really pathetic that time. And this has happened across Zimbabwe, across Mozambique, and mostly the African countries have been done such way. Anyways, in the book it talks about how Bitcoin is a very sound form of money given the current options we have. And it talked about this lady traveler. Her name is Nellie Bly. In 1878, she traveled around the globe by using gold coins and pounds, which was a new currency back then.
All right.
And I was like, this is 2021, I will travel around the world by using Bitcoin.
So you've talked about, being able to get yourself, the bands that you have around your waist. What other services have you managed to initiate using Bitcoin?
I have got myself a haircut for Bitcoin, a samosa for Bitcoin, shoes for Bitcoin, massages for Bitcoin, a banana bread for Bitcoin, coffees, you name it like that.
Hold on. Before you even get done with answering that question, does it also allow you to take, third wheelers? Like, let's say you want to spend on a service, and then you take Daniel along.
Yes.
Can you actually pay for services for Daniel?
Yes, I can do that too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it is like, see, it's practically money, right? What is money right now? You believe kwacha is money.
Yes.
But can you use kwacha outside of Zambia?
No, you can't. You always have to convert it to another currency that works outside.
Perfect.
Bitcoin works that way.
Anywhere. Just think about it in a very simple way. Somebody in London, or somebody in United States, or somebody in Australia, or somebody in Zambia, or somebody in Kenya, all are working the same, but they all get paid different.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
So now, seeing that you've got you've been, running through 40 countries in 400 days.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much like Willie Fogg around the world in 80 days. But of course, you're doing this differently. Willie Fogg wasn't, he wasn't trending Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But then here's the thing. How many countries have you visited so far?
Zambia is the 15th country now. I have started out from East Africa, and this is the 8th African country. And I've done some in Asia, some in Middle East. It's there. This adoption is really huge. As you see, always you'll hear the Muzungus enjoying it more. But you just check it out. In your local people also, there is this huge community. There are people who are aware of what is a sound form of money.
All right. So when you were starting off, like when you started out, on your journey, I'm guessing you already knew, okay, I've got enough savings to take me around. I've got enough investments to take me around the world. Was this the case?
No.
Or did you actually grow your investments? Are you actually growing your investments as you go?
I am not a trader. I'm not an investor either. I am a crowdfund campaign.
Okay.
So there's a beautiful saying by Mark Twain. It says, if you don't follow news, you're uninformed.
Okay.
But if you follow news, you are misinformed.
Oh wow.
So there's a lot of misinformation around.
So do let us in on how that works out. What you're doing right now. How does it work out?
So what happens is I reached out to the Bitcoin community around the world. As you say, they are anonymous.
Yes.
And I told them that I will be going around the countries by using Bitcoin, and I will show through my video vlogs that there is adoption of Bitcoin. There'll be Bitcoin awareness. So we hosted a Bitcoin meetup in Bongo Hive about 4 days ago. And I will show that humans are really kind through my vlogs on my YouTube channel, because you cannot fight the wrong information by just shouting. If the dog is barking and you start barking, so everybody is barking. How do you put out the...
Sometimes you'd bark without knowing the reason why everybody else is barking.
Tell me. Yes. So I'm just sharing my information, and I keep getting contributions from people around the world.
Okay.
And I keep getting them on the monthly basis. So it's a crowdfund campaign. I always advise everyone to save your Bitcoin, to study about Bitcoin rather than speculate, because everybody wants to get rich. And it is not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Okay.
Takes time.
It takes time, I see that. So what does the future look like for Bitcoin traveling?
It is huge. As I speak to you, I can recharge my phone sitting here using Bitcoin. I can buy my flights using Bitcoin. I can buy my hotels using Bitcoin. In different countries, I've bought supermarket vouchers, to paying for my adventure parks, to getting food on Bitcoin, to paying taxis. So it is practically, we are moving towards it. There are a couple of websites that accept Bitcoin. You're free to move around. Next time there will be no censorship from your bank asking you where you got the money, whose money is that. You can just move it directly peer to peer.
Right. Yep. Thank you so much, Paco, for spending some time with us, and of course letting us in on how it's going with the travel. 400 days is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. But one last question. So do you have a limit as to how many days you spend in each country?
I started off, the plan was to do 10, but then now I've reached 14 to 21 days I stay in a country, because it takes time to know the local community. I use local buses, local taxis and everything, just to know what the local person is thinking and how a person is living. Because when you want Bitcoin adoption, you need a smartphone. To need a smartphone, you need internet.
Yes.
And that is still not there in Africa. You see, it's still there. But I would say this out clear, Africa is one step ahead of the entire world, because you have mobile money. So you're already aware of how to move money using your USSD code. So kudos to Africa for that.
Absolutely. How do you say, well, thank you in your language, in your native language?
We say shukriya.
Shukriya. And here you say zikomo.
Zikomo.
Oh, you did well. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us and, of course, sharing your experience with us.
Thank you.
And, well, Daniel, to you, any last words before we let you go?
No, I'm just happy that Paco is here, because it's someone that I was Googling, right? I was like, oh, I think this guy, I should meet him someday. And we're here, best buddies, and doing things that changing the world. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
So what is Bitcoin to you now?
The future.
The future? So you're gonna buy Bitcoin? Awesome. Ciao. Take care. Bye bye. Orange pill.
That was wonderful.
Let's go.
Wonderful.
Let's do it. Thanks to you, man. Thanks to this guy.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man. Ciao, brother. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye
Bye bye.
bye, guys.
Alright, ciao, bye guys. Ciao.
Thank you for having us.
Bye. Woo.